I've connected with SSH to my gateway, and I'm going to be showing you some of the commands that I consider really useful. Excuse me, guys. So we're going to type in cpview, and that command here, okay, let's just make it a bit bigger. That command here shows a lot of information. It shows how your CPU works, your cores, how much memory you have, your networking, how much of the bits and packets that you received, concurrent connections, disk space. If you go for sysinfo, you're going to see a whole bunch of information here. Gaia 32-bit, security gateway, it's not a cluster, how long it's been up, a lot of information. Your Jumbo takes that were installed on the machine, network stuff, top protocol, top connection, the blades that you are running with. That information here was never actually correct. I don't know why. Just don't pay too much attention to software blades. I guess it's good if you go deeper into VPN, DLP, threat extraction, and other stuff. But overview is not really useful. Don't pay too much attention to it. How you can use it? So first of all, that tool has a syntax. So if you're gonna get out of here, cpview-t. That command is gonna show you a history on how your checkpoint device worked over time, over a specific time, and you can go back in time by using minus and plus. You use that to change a timestamp like that. Look, I'm gonna click plus, and I'm going in time, right? So why you need that? Let's say you had a problem on October 17th at 3 p.m. You had a lot of packet dropped. You don't know what happened, but you are assuming that you kind of overused the device. You put too much traffic on it. I don't know, maybe something happened. You're trying to figure this out. And the first thing you want to check is to verify the logs actually dropping the traffic. The checkpoint did drop them. And then you have to check the reason why. One of the reasons what can be happening is your CPU was working 100%. Maybe one of your cores on your CPU was working 100%. And that is the problem. If you go into a product that's called Core Excel, that feature kind of works the way you have a dispatcher core that kind of manages what core will be working with the traffic that's going through the firewall, and that specific dispatcher core dispatches it. Maybe it was not configured properly and it's going to 100%. Maybe your device was poorly matched by a pre-sale engineer, and that's why you don't get enough throughput, and you need to change that. But that information is going to show you what happened during that time. And apart from that, what you can do, you can see how much memory was used during that time. You can go to networking, top protocols, top connections. But as far as I remember, it's actually not like top connections and top protocols are not showing history on that stuff. It's only going to work without history. If we're going to go to cpview, go networking, network, top protocols, top connections. That stuff is really useful if you see that someone is using a lot of your bandwidth. You're going to go here, you're going to see the IP address, and you will be able to block it. You will know what IP address is using all of your traffic. That's how you can use it as well. That's just the beginning of cpview. We can go deeper into the stuff, but this is just the basics. Just you have to know it's here. Another great command you can use in your troubleshooting is called top. Easy to remember. So that command is gonna give you the information on what process on the device is using your memory, your CPU, and I've kind of identified a lot of problems by using that command. As simple as it is, it gives a lot of stuff. Sometimes you have problems, maybe your device is lagging as crazy, and maybe like CPD process is using 100% of your CPU, and then you're gonna go to the logs of that process and figure out where the problem is, or maybe you're gonna collect the logs and send it to technical support, and they're gonna look at you. Hey, dude, you know what you're doing, man. I promise you, this is how it's going to work. When I see customers call me with logs collected, let's say for I don't know, FWD process, I'm like, oh my god, that guy knows his stuff, right? Another command is going to be df-h. That thing here is showing you available partition. Not gonna focus on that, just available partition. Okay, another command is called fw unload local. I'm not going to type it in. What it's gonna do to my device, it's going to unload the policy that I have installed. The reason why you need that is because sometimes things, are dynamic in networking. You might have created a policy that blocked you from the device and you're not able to do anything. And this is the only way to unload the policy from the device. Maybe not from here, maybe from the terminal. You're gonna, connect your serial port, port to the device and then type in that command. Then you will be able to connect to your management port. Okay, let's just delete it. I don't want to see it here in my working environment. Right now we are in expert mode, and some of the commands we're going to be using are from Clish. So we're going to back. My keyboard giving me a hard time as is not typing in properly. So we came back to Clish. The simple command, just Clish. And we're going to type in, okay, S is not working again. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Show configuration. Once I type in config, I can tab it, and it's going to give you the help what you can type in here. Okay, the rest is configuration. Tab it again and enter. And here's all kind of stuff we have configured on the device. Look, we have honestly, it's all the stuff we can type in web UI. Remember, I told you in the lesson, whatever we can do in web UI, we can do it here as long as we know the command. But it's going to be represented here, all our routes, our interface, its states, like all that kind of stuff. Knowing that information is really useful whenever you try to configure, let's say, a new device. You can just copy that information, and instead of saying, you don't even have to do anything. Just copy that and paste it to a command line. It's gonna get it. Just remember to properly define interfaces. Just copy it to a notepad or whatever, do your changes, and then copy it to a new device. Or you can just, use it as a backup. So you don't, if you lose a device and you replace it or whatever happens, just you can copy this. All right, so to go back to expert, first you need to set it up. So when I try to go there, they ask me for a password, and I'm gonna type in a password, of course. I'm obvious guy, that's what I do. But the way you do that, so all you do, you type in the command set expert password. Let me show you how it's done. Sometimes it doesn't allow you to do that. There is a reason for that. They show you it, you use exit instead of Clish. So to set up your expert password, just type in expert, set expert, type tab it, and you see they ask you for that. So I'm gonna type in that, then tab it again. I tried to tab because my keyboard is not working properly, and I trying to hack the system. Password. Yeah, it's the same command there. Password. Okay, that's it. Jesus Lord, I typed in. Okay, yeah, that, and I type in a new password, and then you are able to log into your expert shell, kind of like Linux shell. All right, we're back in expert, and another command I want to show you is called cpconfig, which can be used from both your glitch or expert. From here, you can reset your SIC. You can disable checkpoint secure excel, which is a traffic acceleration. You can assign your cores in like product called core excel, and a bunch of stuff.